Jewish story. This week's story is from the Holocaust. It's taken from the book A Treasury of Hasidic Tales on the Torah, written by Rabbi Shlomo Zevin. Mortal Remains, number 1. In 1943, word reached the Jewish community of Shekhanov that the Nazis were about to desecrate the burial place of Rabbi Avram of Shekhanov, who had passed away in 1875, by ploughing over the site and erasing it from mortal memory. The wardens of the burial society immediately met in secret with the elders of the community. They decided together that they would foil this plot, even if it cost them their lives. Late one night, they went out in stealth to the old cemetery on the outskirts of the town and opened the grave of the tzaddik, the righteous man, in order to remove his last remains to another resting place. But as they moved aside the tablet that lay above the body, they were dumbstruck. For though some 68 years had passed since the burial, the holy body of the tzaddik lay intact and whole, as though he had been buried a moment before. Even the shrouds had not decomposed. With brave hands trembling in awe, they lifted the body from its resting place, enveloped it in a talit, and bore it reverently to the grave which they had prepared in the new cemetery, between the tall trees which was to serve as a sign. The Nazi invaders soon heard of this exploit. They hunted and tracked down the townsmen and dragged them out of the cave in which they had hidden for almost 2 weeks. Finally, after dreadful torture, their racked bodies, may God avenge their blood, were hanged. Mortal Remains, number 2. While troops of Nazis were on their frenzied rampage through the towns and villages of Poland and Galicia, they arrived at Lizhensk. They first razed the town to the ground and then turned to the old Jewish cemetery, where they found a number of aged Jews praying softly at the graveside of Rebbe Eli Melech. This was the same tzaddik, righteous man, who until his passing in 1787 had been a source of inspiration to many other rabbis. The troops demolished the modest edifice which had been built over the gravesite, tore open the grave itself, but were shocked by what they saw: a countenance as in life, which bespoke quiet joy and dignity. Leaving the grave open, they fled in sheer fright, and the aged Jews were left to resume their whispered prayers at the graveside of Rebbe Eli Melech. Please pass on these stories.